Hi everybody, today we are making bone broth. So let's get to it. First, you start off by getting your bones, which a lot of you might order your bones. Like right now is usually the time when we put our order in for our beef. And last year, I think we got we got a whole cow last year. And we have quite a bit left, so we're getting a quarter of a cow. Um, And when the butcher calls to ask us how we want everything processed and cut up, we always tell them to give us all the bones. And we do have a weirdo friend. Hi, Martin and Sam. Mainly Martin, who likes the organs. And so we get those, but we also get the beef fat for making tallow. So, but today we do the beef bones, and they've been in the freezer, and I should have done this a long time ago, but I need this freezer space, so now I'm like checking at it and working on it. So you're gonna take your beef bones, and you're gonna roast them. If they're completely thawed out, you're gonna roast them for about 2 hours on 350, and then you're gonna put them in the stock pot, and then we're gonna chop up vegetables and throw in there, and they are going to simmer for over 24 hours. You also are going to add a dash or two of apple cider vinegar. That is going to help to pull all of the nutrients out of the bones. And basically, bone broth is so good for your gut health. It's good for if you suffer from arthritis. My mom has quite a bit of arthritis and has been drinking bone broth, and she can tell a difference when she drinks it. And she'll just heat it up on a cold day and put a little salt and pepper in it and chug away. So it is really good for you. So if you don't get your own beef from a local farmer, you can always go to a local butcher and ask if you could get bones from them. And they always have a little bit of chunk of meat on them, so it just adds really good flavor to your broth. And you can pick all that meat off afterwards and have tacos or, whatever. We got all of our ingredients in. I am going to add a little bit of salt. And probably sometime tomorrow I will add some bay leaves just to help flavor. You can add all kinds of things to just help season and flavor it. And I mean, there are different herbs you can do to even help even more so promote your immune system and your gut health. Mushrooms, anything like that. I know there's some really good benefits to certain kinds of mushrooms for your immune system. But right now, we're just going to turn this on high, and we're going to get it going. Once it starts, if I can get it, once it starts heating up and really going and almost boiling, then I'll turn it down and I'll simmer it. I'll put the lid on it and I'll simmer it for the next 24 to 30 hours. And then I'm basically going to pop this. If I have room in my fridge, I'm going to pop it in the fridge. If I don't, I actually will probably put it in the garage with something sitting on top of the lid, just so that it cools down. I can skim all the fat off of it, and then we're going to can. So the next thing you're going to see is a day or so from now, and we will be canning.
Several days later.
We are going to scrape off the fat. There was quite a bit of fat already on it, but I've already scraped a lot of it off, but there's still some in there. So we're going to scrape that off, and we're going to get it heated back up, and then we're going to can. And my husband's grandmother's canner that is probably older than he is. It's a pretty cool canner. It's an all-American canner, which those are top of the line. They're really good canners. They are pretty pricey. You don't have to have one of those to can. And if you're intimidated by canning, or even if you don't have the money to spend on a canner, you can just take your broth, skim off the fat, and put it in freezer bags and freeze it just like that. So you don't have to can it. So here we go. Ooh. Broth is heated up. It's warm enough now that I can go ahead and put it in the jars. And so I'm going to get it in the jars and get it in the canner. All right, so we've got that done. And now we are just going to start locking this into place. And we go from across, so this side, and then across to the other, because we want to make sure that this seal, it's sealed good and it's not uneven and wobbly, if that makes sense. And I just did that. Okay. Make sure that releases the pressure in the canner. So you want to make sure that that is down. And now we're just going to tighten these all around. The great thing about the All-American canner is it's just metal on metal. There is not a rubber gasket that helps to seal it. So it lasts forever. This canner lasts forever, obviously. I mean, look at the gauge, the pressure gauge. So now that we've got that, we are going to turn the heat up on high, and we want the pressure gauge to get to 10 pounds of pressure. So once that hits, then I will turn the heat down and keep it at 10 pounds of pressure for 25 minutes, I believe. It's been 25 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. I'm going to release the pressure at this point. So it's going to be a little bit loud. It is very, very hot. So you do have to be careful. Sometimes if I'm not really in a hurry, I will just go sit down and, whatever, let it cool down. But sometimes this does stick. And it's very hot. Sometimes it does stick, but it's not today, which is, it has the last couple times. So it's very, very hot. So we're just going to set that not right here. Hold, please.
Entertainment. Hi. Da, da.
Emma's being my camera lady today. All right. So if we are successful, then the top of the lid will actually, as it's cooling down, it will create a vacuum and seal your jar. So there you have it. And we're done. That's how you do bone broth and can it. And thank you for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, hit the little ding dong bell button, whatever it is on there. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.